Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about how to propagate the Forsythia, a beautiful shrub. And if you're planting in the backside somewhere where you just don't care for the looks, like they're not fans, so they can just grow like a wild bushes, then you can just plant them like this, so you don't have to cut, so you don't have to do more work, so you can just plant them like this. They look so pretty, bloom in they start blooming in the end of March, and then you can see them in the mid-April is the peak for them. You can cut like this in any shape you want to cut in, round or square. If you're planting on at the front or on your sides of your house like a shrub, so then you can just cut like this, or you can cut like this fence. This is like here. Sides of your house or at the front, wherever you want to propagate these bushes. You can't propagate with these when they have flowers. You can cut the flowers, keep them inside your house, they look very pretty, but for propagating you have to wait for these little, once flowers are harvested, then they will show these little branches, and then when they are about 4 to 6 inches big, then you can just plant them. That's how they look now, our Forsythia. Now they're big enough, so we'll take the cuttings and propagate them. So I took these cuttings for you to show you how to propagate them. These are the cuttings. Now these are pretty big, right? These are new shoots from this year. So they're not actually very hard like woody, and they're not very soft either now. So there's a time you can propagate from like mid-May, June, or even in July when they're not really hard. So what we have to do, I'm going to leave this bottom part like this. Some people do cut like this from here. They make a cut like this, just like this. They make a cut like this here, and you can see there is one knot right here, a leaf, right leaf here, second knot, the third knot right here. So I have cut all those. So I'm going to leave these ones here, so I can get the roots from here, from anywhere, and this will start growing up from there once I have roots. So you can cut the leaves right from there and have at least 2 to 3 knots going in the dirt. So I have this compost. You can use any kind of dirt, but this is going to go out, so I don't want to use potting soil. I just want to use whatever the cheapest medium I have with me. So I have this compost. So what you have to do, first thing, you have to dip this in the water like this. So make it a little wet. Now I have this rooting hormone powder, but I don't want to put this whole thing in this, I say all the time, because I do not want to spoil the whole powder. So what I do, I take it here out in something, either here, always I have it, or right here. So you just put this like this, cover it with the rooting hormone, and if you want you can cover a little bit upper knots also, but bottom knot, these ones are just fine, and the bottom thing just fine here. Then what you have to do, you have to make a hole like this in the center, right, or wherever you want to put it. If you want to just propagate one, you can just put one here, or more than one. I'm going to put more than one because I just want kind of a big bush right in the beginning. So I'm going to put all these here, not all, like 5-6 of them here, so I can get a bush right in the beginning. Instead of propagating one in each pot, I'm going to do more, but your choice. You can do either way. You can put one cutting in one pot, or you can put more than one, but they should be having some space to grow, right? So that's what we're going to do. I made a hole down here, so I have to put at least 1 knot, 2 knots, 3 knot. I have done. I'm going to put up to here in the dirt. So I need to make about this much big hole right here, because if you press like this, put like this and press it in the dirt, this all powder will get washed out, wiped out actually, and then you wouldn't have anything on this, and then roots will take longer time, or they might not grow at all. So the rooting hormone stays on this. That's why we have to make a hole and put this here and gently cover the hole, the center, and just secure it a little bit like this, just like this here. Now this is your Forsythia cutting right here, and I'm going to do another one also here. And I said that I'm not going to cut the bottom part like this. I will just make it, trim it a little bit to make it straight. I'm going to leave this part right here, this part, right, the bottom part. Instead of cutting this, I'm going to leave this here. Now for the knots, I'm going to cut leaves from the knots. One leaf gone, one knot is gone. I have got one knot here, right here, second here. I'm going to cut another one here. I have this much big. If I want, I can cut this one also, right? You can cut this one also. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 knots, but I think this will not go in the dirt. So these will go in the dirt. Now I'm going to do it again, make it wet, and put the rooting hormone at the bottom, and at least on one of my knot, right, the top one, you can see is covered completely at the bottom. Same thing, I'm going to make a hole right here, actually down here is big enough. Now I'm going to put it gently down there without pushing it down here, and I'm going to just secure the cutting, right? Yeah, just this. I can do one more right here. Same thing, gonna cut the leaves from the knots. I've got 3 knots right here, 1, 2, 3. I can cut this one also right here. Dip it in the water, dip in the rooting hormone like this, cover the first knot, and the bottom part is covered completely. You can see the powder is there. Make a hole big enough for these at least 3 knots to go in without pushing them. Here it is, and just secure your cutting. That's it. And then you can just start watering them. Water them, the whole thing. Keep them moist. Do not let them dry at all. Keep evenly moist, right? No dryness, no too much water. It has a drainage hole actually, so pick a drainage hole apart. The one has drainage hole, and just do like this. Keep watering. Keep it actually in your garage or in the shade. Don't take it in the sun at all until they get the roots. And once they get the roots, you can just check it a little bit, right? These ones, when you try to pull it a little bit up, little bit, very gently, they will not come up. or otherwise you can just keep it like this. Don't try to see, because you will already see new growths coming and these leaves would be green, so you know they have roots, right? And then in the spring or maybe in the fall, right? Spring is pretty far, we're just doing it now. In the fall you can just plant them wherever you plant you want to plant your bush. You just plant it there, and these will catch, the roots will catch the dirt right there wherever you're planting, and they will start growing and they will get hardened up in the winter, and then they will bloom for you in the spring. And the plant obviously will not be that big, but if you're planting this big cutting and we start getting the new leaves and new knots, so then probably this big, you will have pretty big plant. So that's all from me. Thank you so much for watching my video. Hope you would be enjoying them, and you can use this method to propagate your Forsythia, and you can have beautiful yellow flowers next year in your yard. Thank you very much. Please do like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.